Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great day today. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I deep clean my makeup sponges. So I get in the habit sometimes of rewashing the same one every few days, and then the other ones just get ignored and they get super duper dirty. And this is the trick that I use to deep clean them so they're nice and fresh and ready to go. Now, as you can see, some of these sponges are really used and abused and I need to get rid of them, but I'm still going to wash them, so let's go ahead and show you how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to use some olive oil for the deep cleaning just to really get inside the sponges and get everything out. And also some dishwashing liquid. I'm boiling some water at the moment as I start the washing process, but we'll use that in a minute. The first thing I'm going to do is turn on the warm water and just let the sponges fill up with water. Most of these have been dry and ignored for some time, maybe like a few weeks. So I just want to get them really nice and wet and get the product inside of them moving and just get it nice and wet inside. So I'm just squeezing them, making sure that they fill up with water. And I'm using warm water for this. Then I'm going to go ahead and apply some dishwashing liquid and a little bit of the olive oil so I can begin the process of cleaning. This is the first step that I take. I do it a few times, but I first do it once they're filled up with water. I go ahead and apply olive oil and dishwashing liquid, and I squeeze them, and I try to just get the dishwashing liquid inside of them, and as well as a little bit of the olive oil so that the product inside can start moving. As you can see, the water is already changing colors. We are starting to get some of that makeup out of the sponges, but it will get even more intense with the boiled water, so get ready for that. But I'm just squeezing it, trying to be gentle. I used to be very rough in the past, which is why some of these sponges are so they look so used and abused. But just try to be gentle so that you don't break them apart. But just squeezing. I'm gonna get rid of this water now. So you see how dirty that looks? That's all makeup. Isn't that crazy? Then I just went ahead and squeezed out as much of that water as possible because we're gonna start that cleaning process again, but with the boiled water. Get rid of that dirty water. So then I just placed the sponges back in the bowl, added a generous amount of olive oil and some of that dishwashing liquid. Now that they're nice and wet inside and that we got the product moving, it should be really nice and smooth, the cleaning process. The olive oil really helps to smooth out all that makeup, make it come out a lot smoother because of this slippery texture. And the dishwashing liquid will disinfect, which is what we really want because we don't want all that junk in there going on our faces. So I just added a generous amount of olive oil and then some dishwashing liquid, and I'm just going to try to squeeze it into the sponges before I go ahead and add my water. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of that warm water just to kind of make some suds, just get it moving, get the soap moving. And once I do that, I'll go ahead and add my boiling water. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my boiling water. So you can see it's really hot, so be careful with this. I'm used to working with hot water, but be very careful. I just put my hand in really quickly and it's too hot. And then I'm going to fill it up all the way up with some hot water from the tap. And just let it fill up. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some more soap and just kind of squeeze them a little bit and get them working before I let them sit. You see all that stuff coming out? That's great. So we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes and then we'll be back to finish the cleaning process. Okay guys, so the 5 minutes are up and we're going to go ahead and keep going with the cleaning process. You can see the water has changed a lot. It's a lot more dirty, and also it's just a lot easier to squeeze out the makeup from inside the sponges. The hot water really helps to break apart that dirty, dry makeup from inside. And we're just going to go ahead and keep squeezing them for a little bit before we go with individual cleaning. Now I'm just taking my time to spot clean every sponge, like other ones that still have some very dirty spots. I'm just very slowly squeezing them and then adding some more soap and just trying to get those dirty spots nice and clean. Okay, so that's the last one. Now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this water. Just wait and see how dirty this water is, guys. Which is why it's so important to deep clean your makeup sponges, not just the regular cleaning that we do like I do all the time, like in the sink just with one and a little bit of soap. Deep cleanings are very important to get rid of all that junk inside of them. But now that we did that, I'm putting them back in the bowl. I washed the bowl and I added some clean water, and I'm just going to keep squeezing out any extra stuff that's inside, but also just the soap, because I want them to be nice and clean. And any ones that still seem to have some spots, I'm going to go ahead and clean them, but just squeezing out everything else inside. But you can see a big difference of how clean they're looking. If you have any ones that still have some dirty spots, this is the time to do it. It should be a lot easier to get rid of those dirty spots now that you use boiling water and that you let them sit for a while. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So for example, I have this really stubborn one, which I might still get rid of, but I still want to show you how I deep clean these spots. And I'm just going to focus on the one specific spot, add some more dish detergent, and just start squeezing and trying to break apart that makeup. I still might replace this sponge because it's a very cheap one and it's very old, but I just want to show you in case you have any rough, dirty spots that you want to get rid of. This is what I do after all that sitting in the hot water. I just go ahead and spot clean it and try to squeeze out as much of the makeup as I can. So after all that spot cleaning, we still have the water still not clean, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then we're going to go into our final rinsing. So now we're going to put them back in and just rinse them off, because they should definitely be clean now. As you can see, the water is not murky anymore. But yeah, that was about 4 washes, I believe. It might be less for you. Like I said, most of these sponges were sitting for a while. But you'll be able to tell by the water and the texture of the sponge if it's clean or not yet. So definitely base it off on how yours feels. You don't have to do as much cleaning as I do. But the one thing that I always recommend the most is to definitely let them sit in that little bit of olive oil and dish detergent and boiling water for at least 5 minutes, even 10 to 20 minutes if you want, if you have the time. I definitely recommend that because it will definitely help to break apart the makeup inside of those sponges. And finally, I'm just gonna hold them individually under the tap water just to get rid of any soap. And this will be the final step, just squeezing out all the water and soap. And yeah, and then we'll be able to just let them hang out and dry. Okay guys, so that's it. This is the final product. Our sponges are nice and clean and disinfected. As you can see, they look so beautiful, a lot better than they did in the beginning of this video. I hope that this trick helped you out. If you use it, please let me know in the comments. I hope that is very helpful to you. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you go. It will mean a lot to me. And give this video a big thumbs up if you like this, so that I can make more how-to videos like this. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye guys.